You woke up this morning, you walked out to your hen house, you looked in the nesting box, and there was nothing. Your chickens have gone off the lay. Now you're scratching your head and you're wondering, what have I done wrong? Calm down, take a deep breath. This is an easily solved problem. I had a very similar situation with my 3 Isla Browns, and it got me scratching my head and thinking about what makes a chicken unhappy enough to stop doing what it was born to do. What is the most natural thing in the world for it to do? Why would it go off the lay? Let's look at the items on the checklist that I went through. The first one is daylight. Chickens, optimally, in order to be really happy, chickens need between 14 and 16 daylight hours in order to feel comfortable and to lay regularly. We are now in a Perth summer. It's light by 5 in the morning, it gets dark round about 7. That is plenty of time, plenty of daylight hours. So it was easy for me to eliminate that. A normal laying hen needs about 16% protein in their diet in order to comfortably lay eggs. The easiest way to do it is give them a quality premium layer mix or crumble, which is exactly what my birds get. Since recording this video, social media has just exploded with people talking about, homesteaders mainly, talking about why their chickens have stopped laying. And fingers, and it seems justifiably, are being pointed at the food, at the feed that, this is mainly in America, and they're pointing to the feed, that there are issues with the feed. I've heard some commentators say it's because of the drought, the quality of the feed that is being sent to for animal food is poor because of the drought. I'm also hearing things that are more nefarious, quite frankly. So I think it's important that I say in this video about why my chickens stopped laying, to give an explanation of my food situation. I store a year's supply of chicken feed. So I am using feed that I bought months ago. So it is absolutely not subject to anything that might be going on in the feed at the moment. But it is obviously concerning, and if you're finding that this is a problem with your chickens, then you need to look at your food. You need to look at alternatives, different ways of getting that nutrition into your chickens. Next thing, are they molting? Molting normally happens when they shed their feathers. That normally happens around about autumn time. And during the molt, you need to increase their protein up to about 20% more. 20% of their diet needs to be made up of protein. My girls aren't molting. They've got a beautiful plume of feathers, so I could rule that out. So what am I left with? Age. Right, these are Isla Browns, and Isla Browns were bred for the egg industry because they're such reliable eggers. Hence my big question mark. But there's a downside. They have a reduced lifespan. So I had to ask myself the question, how old are my birds? Now, one of my birds, Sage, was a rescue. She had reached an age where they no longer wanted her and they booted her out, and I brought her to my coop. I know that she is she's an old bird as far as chickens and Isla Browns go. So I do not expect an egg a day from her. The other 2 I got as pullets a year ago. So they're maybe about 13 or 14 months. Even though my birds are Isla Browns and they do definitely have a biological clock, I do not believe that was the reason why my birds stopped laying. Another item on your checklist that you have to think about is broodiness. If they are sitting on a clutch of eggs and that chicken has gone broody, she will sit on those eggs and not give you any more eggs. As far as she's concerned, she's done her job. She's got a clutch of eggs. She doesn't need to deliver any more until these eggs hatch. Now, with my Isla Browns, they are designed, I hate to use that word, but that's really what they are. They're hybrid birds designed for the egg industry. The egg industry, they wouldn't put up with broodiness. Not a chance. So Islas don't go broody. So what was I left with? I was left with stress. What could cause bird stress? You don't give them water. That falls under nutrition. They're being pecked mercilessly by somebody else in the flock. That's not happening with my birds. So I'm not seeing any sign of that kind of stress. So it had to be another stress. So I sat and watched my coop for a while, and then I saw it. Crows. My coop doesn't have a top. I didn't have, for all the time I've had these chickens, I've had no predator pressure on them. I don't have foxes. The cats don't seem to worry them. There was never stress until the crows arrived. At times, I saw as many as 5 crows sitting on the fence like vultures. So these girls have a strong instinct. One of those eyes is looking up at those crows while the other is looking down at the food. And they're seeing those crows up there, and it obviously terrified them. So, having found what I suspected was my solution, I sprung a plan into action. I got the family involved on a Saturday, and we stuck up some shade cloth. On Sunday, we still had crows hanging about and no eggs. Monday, no crows, no eggs. So I want to see what's happening in the coop today. Do we have eggs? Let's go and see. Thank you for watching. If you got something from the video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.